10 of them are printed on flyers and they are everywhere. None. I'm giving you time to read through them. Oh. None is threatening violence. But on the floor of their Senate, you see that video I played from the beginning? That's part of that meltdown. But here is what some snippet from northern Nigeria, from, the northerners, especially the Sharia North, from the Middle Belt as well. People were saying, we will surprise those who believe they used to have the power to control us, blah, blah, blah. Listen.
Let's keep synergizing so that we know how we are going. We'll be hearing from both sides, because I think that's the main thing that is worrying them, because now no one is listening to region. We are all Nigerians first, before our regions, before our states, and that's their most important problem. That's what is keeping them up at night, and we need this to continue. We are all brothers, please. They've already succeeded, but I think this time around, everyone has realized that Nigeria is first and foremost. So we should keep this energy of synergy, and then we can plan properly and push this thing to the highest limit. And God willing, we will achieve what we come out for. I yield. Thank you all.
But they owe to make sure that they put religion in between us. But thank God we're able to make sure that we destroy that. Because this country, I always tell people, we don't have anywhere than this country. This is the only country we have as Nigerians. Anywhere you go, you are a Nigerian. If you like, be a Muslim, if you like, be a Christian, if you like, be an Igbo, if you like, be an Hausa, if you like, be an Yoruba, be anything. You don't have anywhere than Nigeria. This is the only identity you have. And if we did not stand to make sure where we are, we cannot be in our country and become slaves. That is the truth. We need to be talking. And this unity is the best thing. If we are not united, gentlemen and ladies, we can never go anywhere. This unity is the first thing, and I'm happy I'm seeing this unity. This unity makes me very, very happy, because that is the first thing, unity. Forget about anywhere anybody come from. Unity. This is green, white, green. After unity, when you achieve whatever you want, they can decide to whatever, change whatever, because we are the one now growing. We are the one that will start having children. We are to make the place peaceful for our children and children coming. If we don't stand now, we are going to continue to remain slaves. That is the truth. This protest, we have to come out. We have to come out. And gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. I always tell people, death, I can die anywhere. Anything can happen to me anywhere. That is the truth. I believe anything that happened to me anywhere, I know that it will happen that time and that moment. So I'm not scared of anything. We are coming out to protest. We are coming out to, because enough is, you can imagine they are sending 20 trucks of rice to a state. Now 20 trucks, how many people are they going to give? How many people are they going to give the rice? Who are the people that will get the rice? Are we chicken beggars in our own country? Then somebody will be earning millions. We are not looking for much. Just make sure we have conducive. We know that.
Let's keep synergizing so that we know.
Some, I just have to cut a few I could just bring out to you. And those conversations, I know a lot of you probably don't even see where they are happening. And then you begin to see the number of people that were plugging in and listening in, participating. That's how you do mobilization these days. Most of the announcements, the dates you are hearing, these are coming from some of this. This is 2024, 21st century, right? Where the tool for mobilization, where you can mobilize millions of people and raise millions of dollars in supporting that your cause until you achieve what you want to achieve. Your device. And that is why a lot of this conversation, I mean, sometimes when you listen to them, they can sound cringy, especially to people like us who I don't feel comfortable around the unity beggars. We are brothers and sisters. We are one. We have no other country. We have this or that. Even if by the reality or by what we have, right, you are right. But that doesn't make us brothers and sisters. But when we're having conversation like this, you just have to pretend and say, okay, yes, we are all brothers and sisters. There is no Yoruba, there is no Hausa, there is no Igbo. Are you sure? Okay, go on. So we must come together and be one brothers and fight these people, because our future, when we now fight them and we get what we want, we can now decide how we want to, coexist. Okay, yeah, you're making sense. That kind of a thing, right? That time, then you have to kind of pretend that you are not cringy. Okay, to listen to a unity beggar. We must be united. We are one. We are lovers. No, we're not. But we can be united because we have one common enemy. And that is the elite and the political class. Now that is fear, that kind of that will cut it for me. It's okay, yeah, I'm listening. Go on, I'm listening. So we need to deal with them. But if we remain divided, and these people, because we are divided, we can't come together. So they appear that they are stronger than us. Now look at what they are doing to us. They can get away with anything. We need to come together and stop that. So, okay, yeah. That, in that context, right? If you use we, I can manage it and say, okay, let's go, let's do it. Because even those guys inside their what do you call it, their thing is where they have there's many prisons that they have constructed for themselves with your money. They can feel it, and they are calling to their DSS to please look for these people. Some said they should arrest you. Others said they will kill you. Another one said they should pick you up and negotiate with you. Where do you think they are getting all of that from? They are getting them from the real people who are already, they can't keep it to themselves anymore, right? They are already at the verge of that explosion. And I can't wait to see it happen.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely undermining the peace and unity of our dear country.
Speak to the people of Nigeria. Your crying is right. Your complaint of hardship is right. But is the solution found in carrying placard and lining the streets? Is the solution found in copying a country lesser than us? The references that are made today to Kenya and all the rest of them, they are smaller countries to Nigeria. We are giant of Africa. We must provide a solution that is better and sustainable and lasting. That solution is not found in our children being killed on the street while protesting. It's not found in our raising placard. It's found in supporting the policies of government and understanding that these policies need time to begin to materialize. Moving that we amend that prayer to include that members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months to help Nigerians and to show that we are in support.
I want to appeal to those that are instigating this protest, because I believe there are people behind this protest. It's not that people are just doing it by themselves. And I think DSS must work hard to find if they can at least be able to scout and get those people that are instigating or the leaders of these protests so that we can dialogue with them Let's talk to them. There is no any meaningful achievement in any world without peaceful coexistence. And Mr. Speaker, we know that the hunger is so very much that we just have to do something about it. We cannot tell them not to come and protest when we don't tell them what we intend to do. We have to have a program. We have to tell them that really Nigeria or country is going to do something about this. Today I saw Mr. President must work hard to find if they can at least be able to scout and get those people that are instigating or the leaders of these protests so that they can dialogue, we can dialogue with them. Let's talk to them.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely.
I mean, I can't wait to see crooks like that on the run, like running from you when you will go for them. You see the National Assembly? You don't need much. Just between 10 and 15,000 people. They are enough. When they see you coming, you don't need 1 million. Abuja, you don't even need 100,000. If you have like 10, 15,000 and moving like that, tomorrow, for example, weekend, people like that will pick their race. They will run. They are relying on the established protocol of violence. And they are speaking in a condescending way to you. Okay. I've got two things I want to share next. The first one is going to be what you can call the aftermath of their meeting yesterday when they decided on 70,000 minimum wage. See that woman that has all this heavy makeup on? Is the Nigerian Minister of Labor. I know some of you don't even know the Minister of Labor of Nigeria. Do you want me to confess? I don't even know her name. But let's go to after the meeting yesterday from the Minister of Misinformation. There's a reason I bring you this extended sort of interview, because this is where they started talking about what they believe will be the incentives of the 70,000 minimum wage. And hang on, I just remember I should say this before I forget, right? You see this minimum wage of 70,000 naira. The calculation just simply means that you have received the 0.04% increase in your salary. So an example is this. Let's say you were earning 100,000 naira before. With this new minimum wage, which is wage increase on its own, you are going to begin to earn something around 140 to 145,000. Yeah. So if you are earning 200,000, now you'll be earning 86,000. So you can do the math like that, do the additions like that, okay? But the minimum you can earn in Nigeria now is going to be $43, 70,000 naira. And this was them after the agreement yesterday evening. Please listen.
Nigeria is the winner for it all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, so please, we'd like to have you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Today has actually come very well for all Nigerians because at least we see an end in sight. Mr. President assured all Nigerians that he's their president and would not disappoint, and he assumed that this afternoon. Recall that Labour saw Mr. President last week and they asked that you should give them 1 week to consult more. And of course, at the end of the day, the consultation came very fruitful because Mr. President said he has to be a father, that it's not issue of law who is right or who will blink the first, that he is our father, like he always said, that we should end the issue of give me 1,000 and add 1,000 and all that. That first and foremost, that the review of this minimum wage policy has to be reduced to 3 years. That is, 5 years is too long a time to get any minimum wage review. That is not very wealthy. And of course that labor should look at the indices of the economy and accept 70,000 naira minimum wage, and of course that it has to be reviewed every three years, not more than that, of course, so that we're able to evaluate and see whether our economy is picking up or whether something has to be done further, considering the sensitivity of the issue. And of course, he promised and asked that the Minister of Finance, coordinating the economy and budget and the economic planning should make sure that they go back to books, because he has the discretion to look into of NASU, ASU, and SANU and all that, and so that their money should be paid, and they should work out the modalities, whether it's 50% or whatever, but that he has given that waiver to be paid, because of course that it's issue of no work, no pay, and that should has to be led to rest. And apart from that, I believe other things that was discussed was President reassuring Nigerians that he's not going to rest. He is working diligently to make sure that our economy recovers. That has to be taken into consideration, that he's not going to joke with the economy and welfare of Nigerians.
Just for clarity, did you say the president touched on the issue of the ongoing protest by SANU?
That's why he said that they should, the Minister of Finance, Education was there, and then economic planning, budget and economic planning should go and work out the modalities to pay their money.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you understand anything she said at all? Huh? That is the Nigeria's Minister of Labor. So, let's hear from the labor leaders themselves. What if Tinubu told them, and maybe they will be able to explain it better. Not that they can, but let's listen to them.
Let's move forward a bit.
Yeah, from your own, the way you looked at it, what transpired? How do you translate everything? Look at the camera, please.
Well, we were here last week, and we are here now. What they have announced in terms of the amount of 70,000 happen to be where we are now. So now, but the good thing about it is that we will not wait for another 5 years to come and review. Rather than accepting on a figure that you wait for 5 years, it's like you have to now negotiate even 2 times within 5 years with a view to going up. That is one of the reasons, why we decided to reach where we are today, because of the proviso that, you can review in the next 3 years. The other one, we came with other issues in the basket, like the issue of SANU, NASU, and others, especially with that front by the Commissioner of Police, FCT. We brought it to Mr. President and talked on the need, for that matter to be addressed. And magnanimously, he asked the agencies concerned to work out the modalities for the payment of those people, those workers in the universities sector. So far, that's where we are. So we need to, although he promised some incentives, like the CNG, whatever, which will lessen the burden that the Nigerian workers are passing through. But you can see that we are taking this, well, with mixed feeling because of the situation of the economy. But we have to move ahead, despite the situation. And the negotiation can linger, coming from 62 to 70. And then with the promise that we'll come back soon to negotiate it. We are taking it back to our constituency to see how we can get a buy-in. So that's what has transpired this afternoon, except there's another question.
To see whether that means you can't say you have.
Can I interject at this point? Will you allow Thieves to speak? Then we take questions. So
yes,
please, we need to move a bit.
Look straight to the camera.
Okay. So just please go ahead.
Yes, just as been said by the three previous speakers, the Minister of Information, Minister of State Labor, as well as the NLC President. They've laid the account of what transpired in today's meeting. The President made a pronouncement of 70,000 naira that by next week that they should put finishing touches and do the transmission to the National Assembly. But why this became a catch, because we from organized labor, we have been pushing that the issue of 5 years review is too much, that a lot of economic indices may have changed, because we are in an era where things are moving very fast in terms of both macro and microeconomic policies. But with also the caveat that this is going to be done every 3 years, 3 years, the next review will be 3 years. And after that pronouncement, we from Labour, just has been said as well, we have received what the President has promised from both ends. And as he has said as well, we made a case for both the SANU and SANU and NASU. We made a case for them that the President should, as a father of the nation, should look at it compassionately and do so that we'll not have a case where universities will be closed again. That is actually a problem, because it's the children, your brothers, my brothers, are attending these universities. I'm not sure that the kids of the bourgeois, like those standing behind us, whether they attend these universities, we don't know. So after that appeal, the President actually said that they are going to, no, I mean the Minister of State Labor and Minister of Information. At the end, he said he was going to look at it and they should report back to him, as has been reported. So we are quite excited with that, because for us, anything that we keep the university shut down, we will not allow it to happen. We do everything possible to ensure that the issues are resolved amicably. So we are waiting for the final outcome of that. So that is how the meeting went. Then the issue of student loan as well. We also, we commended the President for that, but we said that the money should get to the people that are targeted. The student loan, that it should get to those that are targeted, not a situation where the children of the rich are the ones who are also able to access the student loans. The parameters must be put in place so that the children of the poor, those that cannot actually afford school fees, should be the target. And they also said they will look at that as well. I think generally those were what sorry, by CNG buses transferred in the meeting. Thank you.
My colleagues, these remarks have been deep and insightful enough. We'll just give you 2 opportunities to ask questions for clarification.
You have taken it from here and we are running with it.
The leadership of Labour don't occupy absolute powers. We have our constituents. The National Executive Council meeting.
Let's move forward a bit.
I don't know. I mean, it's like somebody that they kind of had a gun behind him share you get from 250,000 naira down to 70,000 naira. Why was it jumpy like that? And we are like, and the issue of student loan, and Sano, and Nasu, we're like, come on, what could be wrong? So later that night, that evening, Ajero phoned in on a channel's news.